Today is April 14th, 2025. My name is Nick Rich, and in today's forecast, we will go over possible storms that will hit Virginia and Maryland area today, along with major temperature shifts that will affect the entire East Coast. And with that, let's get into the forecast. Right now, on current radar, there isn't much going on. A little bit of showers along in New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey area. Besides that, nothing much. We are expecting some storms later, which I will go through. But yeah, nothing much right now. As we go over to future GFS radar, or the model, we can see some discrete, I'll show a better model in a minute, but this line right here, that could be some QLCS line of tornadoes, possibly, line of thunderstorms, which are capable of producing tornadoes. We'll go over to the SPC outlooks and a more in-depth model for this specific event right after I go through the rest of the week. And then low pressure system up north can bring some storms up around Maine and some snow possibly as far south as Pennsylvania. And then moving on throughout the day, pretty clear for a few days. And we could just have some showers here and there. Isolated thunderstorm maybe, but nothing major. And then on April 22nd night, that is roughly 8 days from now, we could see some isolated discrete supercells that could pop off. We do not have an SPC outlook for this yet, so I believe we will get that tomorrow. So we will look into that because this will affect Florida, probably Georgia, Alabama, but I don't really cover Alabama because that's not technically the East Coast. But yeah, we'll make sure to look at this because this is looking like a pair of discrete supercells, which could bring a small-scale tornado outbreak. Then moving on from that, on April 23rd, the night of April 23rd, we can get some more thunderstorms. Again, we'll look at this more in depth later as we get closer to the event, so we're not uncertain. Moving on, this is for later today. These are the thunderstorms that will affect Maryland and Virginia. So you can see around 21, around like 5 p.m. they start to pop off, 5 p.m. EST, and then 6, 7, 8 they become more formed, more distinct. You can see this is a line of thunderstorms, no discrete supercells. And so that line will go through. Virginia will get hit the hardest, as you can see, like right around here. Maryland, though, will still get some thunderstorms, not as bad as Virginia will get hit, though. And then those move off around 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and to the Atlantic, but we could have some more storms or some more rain, I should say, that does affect the area with some isolated thunderstorms. Probably not severe at this time. And then for that, let's go. This is the severe weather outlook for today. There's a slight risk for most of Virginia, West Virginia, and Kentucky, and some of Maryland, and very southern Pennsylvania. And then the marginal risk is for the rest of Maryland, some of Virginia, and then thunderstorms in the rest of Virginia, as you can see right about here. So yeah, that's the severe weather outlook. Let's look at the tornado outlook probabilities. So in the brown, it's going to be a 5% or 5 to 9% chance. In the green, it's going to be a 2 to 4% chance. So eastern part of Maryland, northern part of Virginia, you're going to be seeing very small chance for tornadoes. The biggest probability for tornadoes is in West Virginia, along with some parts of northeastern Kentucky. So just be wary, be weather aware. It's not guaranteed something will happen. It's not very probable, but anything could happen. And then this is the severe wind outlook for today. Same area as the thunderstorms, pretty much. Virginia in the yellow, it is a 15 to 30% chance for severe wind. That affects most of Virginia, all of West Virginia, and parts of Kentucky and uh, Ohio. And then Maryland is going to be hit with a 2 to 15% chance for severe wind, along with some parts of Pennsylvania and the rest of Virginia, pretty much. Let's look at hail, and it is almost identical to the wind outlook for today. Like I said before, all of West Virginia, parts of Virginia, specifically north, West Virginia, and Maryland is going to be in that 5 to 14% chance. And then this is for tomorrow, actually. Severe weather outlook for thunderstorms. They released thunderstorms and thunderstorm outlook for parts of Pennsylvania, New York, New Hampshire, Connecticut, like Rhode Island, parts of Maine, all that area. So be on the lookout. Probably not. It's not gonna get some rain. Might turn into a few lightning strikes, but nothing major whatsoever. Now let's get on to the temperature shift that most of the East Coast will experience. Right now, as you can see, pretty much from Pennsylvania down here, we're experiencing above average temperatures, while the northern tip of the East Coast is experiencing roughly like barely above average to average, and around Miami area is actually experiencing below average temperatures. So as we play the warm air is going to move out, and the cold air will fully engulf the East Coast around Wednesday morning. So this is going to happen over tonight and into tomorrow, and then Wednesday we'll see the full effects. Then that will move out to the Atlantic, and we will be covered in warm air around April 19th, around midnight in April 19th. So as you wake up on the morning of April 19th, we will be experiencing warm temperatures, contrary to the cold temperatures you would have experienced the past few days. And then we'll stay pretty much warm for most of the East Coast until another little bit of cold air, not too cold, only a few degrees below average, will come and take or tackle the East Coast. And then to end off April, we will see pretty warm temperatures for most of the East Coast, except around North Carolina and south, where you will be experiencing average to below average temperatures. Now, what does that mean temperature-wise? That is a good question. We'll go over the next 7 days for high temperatures. For today, we're experiencing like 45s, 40s, 45 to like 50s from Pennsylvania up through Maine, and then 60s to high 80 or mid to high 80s all the way through Florida. The more south you go, the higher the temperature goes. And then, oops, wrong day. This is tomorrow for the high temperatures. We probably will see some 90s down in Florida around Miami-ish. And then, but if you go up through Georgia all the way through South Carolina, you're going to be experiencing 70s. In North Carolina through Maryland, Virginia area, you're going to be experiencing 60s. And then all the way through there, 50s, 40s as you get into Connecticut area. And then like low 40s, high 30s in Maine. So for April 17th, this will be Thursday. A high 80s, low 90s maybe for Florida, and then 70s for Georgia, high 70 or low 70s, high 60s for South Carolina, low to mid 60s for North Carolina, and then as you go north, we'll go into the low 60s to the low 50s in Pennsylvania, and actually New York will experience like around mid 30s, and then that will carry on into the northern tip of the East Coast. Now this is, hold up, sorry. This is going to be April 19th. We'll be experience like pretty much earlier, except we'll be more warm. So Florida is going to be 90, around 90. We can experience 80s all the way north of Maryland, actually. And then for the rest of the East Coast, it's going to be 60s around Rhode Island, Connecticut area, and then high 40s in Maine. And then the next day is going to be, this is for April 21st, 90s for parts of Florida, southern parts of Florida, and 80s as far north as North Carolina, 60s Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania area, and then 50s to high 50s in New York through Maine. That is all I have for you today. Hopefully, I will see you tomorrow. And with that, have a good day.